Hello, I'm Robert Braswell, and I'm with Childcare Integrated Services. Childcare Integrated Services is a childcare consulting firm that uses our knowledge of the local childcare industry and our partnerships with the childcare industry to work with medium to large corporations in the Seattle metropolitan area. Our mission is to help businesses implement a host of childcare options that will benefit their employees, and these range from on-site childcare to off-site childcare, transportation to and from childcare centers to reduce commute burnout for their employees, as well as childcare vouchers or subsidies to daycare centers, which are used to basically help secure spots in the daycare centers for companies' employees. At CCI, we help companies recruit and retain their most valuable resource, their employees. Many families in the United States struggle to find a balance between their life and work due to their inability to find suitable quality childcare. And half of all parents in this country miss greater than 4 days of work due to childcare problems every 6 months. This factor results in an estimated $28.9 billion in lost wages due to lost productivity. In the Seattle area, more than 100,000 children do not have access to childcare, with facilities having wait lists averaging over 2 years. This issue alone has led to lost productivity and to reduced retention and increased recruiting and retraining costs. There is an increased demand for childcare in the Seattle metropolitan area, and this has placed an increased burden on working parents trying to find quality, reliable, and affordable childcare. With the Seattle metropolitan area growing at a staggering rate of over 18% since 2010, compiled with strict regulations imposed on the childcare industry, the demand for childcare will likely only increase. While you may be asking why this would be a problem for employers, it would be important to remind you that this can also be costly for employers due to lost productivity and absenteeism. With companies trying to entice highly skilled employees with world-class benefits, this is where CCI can come in to benefit them. So basically our business model will be through intensive communication to get through gatekeepers to discuss corporate needs. Then we'll present the most beneficial childcare solutions, and we'll present our consultation offer, which will include our fee, complete service package, and then sign basically a consultation contract, and then establish the childcare service options, whether it's on-site or off-site childcare, or vouchers to ensure their employees can actually acquire childcare. And then we'll continue to meet with business partners in the future to ensure that their needs are still being maintained or satisfied. So our sales strategy will include a 6-step process. This will include calls and visits to area businesses by generating, and to do this we'll generate leads and consulting opportunities in the marketplace. Basically, what we'll do is try to contact upper management or HR with professional presentation to gain interest. Second, we'll highlight employee turnover and the current benefit structure by quantifying the opportunity to the client. Third, we'll set investment parameters. We'll do this by highlighting tax incentives, savings from recruitment and retraining costs, basically by highlighting opportunity costs. Fourth, we'll evaluate potential options. These include, again, off-site childcare setup or on-site childcare setup as well. And probably the most important and beneficial one to employees will be the employer subsidized childcare. Basically, the employer will pay the daycare center a subsidy to accept their employees to be selected and basically jumped ahead on the waiting list. This way it ensures their employees can actually gain the childcare that they need. And then we'll present the findings and then facilitate the implementation for the company. And then, as mentioned earlier, we'll follow up with continuous service calls. And then with the competitive forces, that's one thing we have not overlooked, is the competitive risk. We have assessed the threat of new entry to be in a low to medium range because we are the first company in the Seattle area to work directly as a corporate child care consultant, which gives us the first mover advantage. The main competition would be a huge increase in the supply of child care providers since it would simplify the child care process for many families, which would make us probably not needed. However, massive government deregulation of the child care industry would need to occur for this to come to fruition. Then, of course, there is the threat of substitutes, and this is a moderate risk because there are already some indirect competitors such as Care.com. However, Care.com and some other competitors do not give the personal service or have direct relations with child care providers and their employees in the Seattle metropolitan area. Moreover, they tend to be more of a short-term care. As far as buyer power goes, due to the large deficit of available child care options in the Seattle metropolitan area, we really don't see this as a direct issue with the buyer power. Basically, the demand far exceeds the supply of child care. Supplier power, now there is a higher risk. As mentioned, the demand vastly exceeds the supply of child care. However, part of our service includes helping customers provide their own child care centers, which adds to the supply. However, and moreover, we can ensure our customers' employees receive outside care by the employer providing subsidies to child care centers, which would basically increase the child care center's profits by accepting their employees and would guarantee their employees a spot or to jump ahead on the waiting list. And then we come to the financial setup of our company. So due to the nature of our business, we're able to avoid rent at a substantial savings by operating from our homes for the first 2 years. Although we will be operating at a loss the first 2 years, we do expect to see a profit in year 3. And by year 5, we expect to see a total profit at just under $1,400,000. And again, we would profit sooner, but we've found that there's a lot of expenses that we'll have, such as our general admin wages and benefits, professional services, marketing and advertising, while we'll avoid rent the first 2 years. And basically the costs will likely continue to increase for most things over time. And that's just how that works. So then if you look at our sales projection, basically our 10-year plan, you'll find that when calculating our average expenses over the 5 years versus our projected sales, our break-even point is right at about $796,641, and that's based off of our income statement. We should be operating at a profit by the first month of our 3rd year of operation. And then of course, with our business, we do have a timeline that we'd like to meet, as well as potential exit strategy. So the first few months is our most critical. This time we must figure out what we can expect from our child care providing network, and then solicit clients in an effort to build rapport. So basically in the following 6 to 12 months, we will hope to have between 6 to 8 clients and at least 120 hours of billable consultation services per client. So basically that'll be a return of $20,000 per client. Over the next 5 years, we'll strive to continuously increase our profits by seeking out new clients, as well as maintaining relationships with our existing client base. Over time, as we begin to fill our niche market, there's a potential exit strategy where we'll likely end up being purchased out by a larger human resources consulting firm that's looking for other means to increase their own profits. So I really hope you like what you see here, and I think it would be an exciting investment opportunity. And I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thank you. Bye.